Okay, today we're going to be looking at a R&B solo slash soul slash pop, the classic Sam Cooke tune, Bring It On Home to Me, which has been covered by so many people, including Van Morrison, The Animals, Paul McCartney, etc. This is sort of a companion piece to my Constructing a Blues Solo, Constructing a Country Solo lessons, so you can check those out. I'm going to go ahead and run through the solo, and then I will break it down for you, showing you some techniques that you can use in your solo creations. Okay, so that demo was probably a little rough as usual, but we're going to look at the chord progression real quickly here. It is a 3-chord wonder with a few sevenths thrown in the key of C major. So it starts with a C, G7, C, C7, F, C, G7, C, F, C, G7. So it couldn't be easier. I started with sort of a opening statement, right? That's how you want to open a solo, with sort of an opening statement where C major, pentatonic, which from my other lessons you'll know are the same notes as the A minor pentatonic, so this is going to look like I'm in the A minor first position, A minor pentatonic at the 5th fret here. 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, landing on the C root note. If you give it a little wiggle, a little vibrato. And then anchor your pinky at the 8th fret, 2nd string. We're going to do a double stop bend here. We're anchoring that pinky. I've shown you this type of bend in constant lessons. And then we're bending the D note 7th string, or 7th fret, 3rd string. And what's interesting about this, the chord progression has moved from a C to a G7. What do we have there? The D shape of a G chord, of a G major chord, right? So we're anchoring the G note, the root, we're bending that up so it's like going. So again, picture the D shape of a G chord. Exactly what you're doing. You're like essentially going from the 5, the D note, to the 6, the E note, over a G major. That's right out of those Hendrix lessons I've been showing you. And I'm going to connect that little thing I just did in a second here. But anyway, so it makes sense, right? All my lessons, the point I'm trying to make is that what people play makes sense. You're playing out of the chords that the song is playing at the time, right? So we're playing a G chord. And then this chord progression goes back to C, so I went sliding into the 9th fret, 3rd string. We have there C major chord, right? F shape of the C major chord, major 3rd, 5th, 6th, back to the 5th, all major pentatonic stuff. So I just went from 5 to 6 on a G chord, and I went 5 to 6 on a C chord. what I did next. I went first and second strings there at the 8th fret, hammer on the 10th fret, 2nd string. 5 to 6 on the 2nd string. What is that? We're going from that C7 to an F. Oh, here we are. Right? D shape of an F chord. We were just at the D shape of a G chord here. We're now D shape of an F chord. So again, sometimes I'd throw that in when I'm playing this song. So again, a little arpeggio and then throwing in the C note there on top, which is F, A, C is the 5th in an F major chord, right? But when I did the demo, I just went. Then we're back to a C. I came up here, still this same 2 notes, and I went something like that. This is that same exact bend in a different chord shape. So a minute ago I played that 5 to 6 bend here over a G. Now I'm doing it over the F shape of a C chord. So it's just showing you that hammer-ons and bends, you're essentially playing the same notes, but it can sound like a completely different lick, right? Sounds very different from so just mixing that up a little bit. And then I just think I want going back to that D note, because we're over the G major, GBD, so we're playing a D note, the 5th of a D major chord. Again, chord progression over a C, we're playing something out of a F shape of a C chord. Chord progression goes to a G. We land on the 5th of a G chord. And then I just resolved with playing that same bend again. Again, we're over a G. Landing on a C note. And then right at the end I threw in some sliding 6. What is that? It's C. I've shown you this in a lot of lessons. We called them the brown-eyed girl, right? Licks, they're sliding 6 on the 3rd and 1st strings. What you're playing is the major 3rd and the root of the chord. And then you go 10, 12 on the 3rd and 1st strings, which is essentially just taking you from a C chord to a C chord, right? D shape of a C chord, F shape of a C chord. So I just did that. Came back down, and then the chord progression resolves to G, so I went 3rd, major 3rd and root of a G chord, right? like that. Okay, these chords, these licks all make sense because they're all over the chords that the song is playing at the given time. And this all relates to virtually everything in every other lesson I've done in the last 5 or 6 years. So if you haven't checked out some of those other lessons, please do. There's a series of 3 Jimi Hendrix licks that cover a lot of R&B, double stop stuff like this that I just did last year. So check those out. Thanks for joining me. See you next time.